Today we're going to be giving you guys the final shop update on my 40x50 12-foot eve height shop. We're going to be talking about the things I wish I would have done, things I'm not happy that I did do, things I learned, and things I would change in the future when I build my next shop. So let's get into it, guys. First, a little maintenance on the 21 Ram. Very excited to be partnering with Shell Rotella this year, 2021 Road to Recovery campaign. Happy to be a part of the team, getting back on track. 2020 was a hard year. It's time to start 2021 off right, saving money, going further, and staying safe as well. You can double your oil change intervals with the Rotella heavy duty diesel engine oil, the T6 full synthetic. You can also get better fuel economy. This is the first time I've ran this oil, so I'm gonna be keeping you guys along. Every month we'll kind of do an update, letting you know how the truck's running, MPG differences, and we'll let you know engine temps, things of that sort. We're gonna keep you guys posted over the next 9 months, letting you know how the T6 is running in the truck. We're gonna be changing my wife's over to Shell Rotella full synthetic as well. But I've been running Shell Rotella for a long time, since I was in high school, man. I've been running this stuff. I run the straight 30 T1 series Shell Rotella in my old trucks, you know, the 56, the 51, before we engine swapped it as well. We're gonna be throwing Shell Rotella in Mater 2. Big update on Mater here coming soon, by the way. But let's get right into changing this oil. First oil change on the 6.7 Cummins. Let's get right into it. Yeah, I ran the semi-synthetic 1540 Shell Rotella in the 24 valve for a very long time. And my brother, you know, that's all he's ever ran. But I got like a 5-gallon jug in the garage actually. But the straight 30 right there, that T1 they have, that's what I run in Mater, you know. Jimmy, the older trucks, the 51 and 56. That's what I run in those trucks. Let's see if I can break this thing open, man. I ain't got a breaker bar up here or anything like that. I just got like a little 5-inch handle, 3/8 ratchet. Get this thing broken open. On the factory, man, the factory puts these things on so freaking tight, dude. Should have came down here with a bigger wrench. Uh-oh, ParoDoXz got it. This oil right here is ready to be changed. It's the first oil change on this truck. No telling what the dealerships, by the way, what do dealerships put in trucks? I don't know. Comment down below if you guys know, but it's black as hell. That's for sure. But it's definitely ready to be changed. Yeah, so. Oh, about that time. Yep. Get a little dirty. That's what's good about this floor, man. This epoxy. You can spill oil like I just did right there. You could leave this on for 3 months, it wouldn't stain this epoxy floor. But we'll get the rest of this drained out. We'll catch up with you guys back up top. Time to throw our T6 in. Very excited to partner with Shell during 2021, get us all back on the road. Throwing the T6 in my truck first, and we're actually going to be throwing Shell Rotella engine oil full synthetic in my wife's car. You know, she just got that 2021 Ford Expedition. I think it's actually twin turboed V6, and it gets down, let me tell y'all. I got on it the other day and I was like, oh my gosh. Thing can get up and go pretty quick. Oh my gosh. Done spilt a little oil. And we're also, gosh dang, this thing is just dancing on in there, Nick. Check that out. We got our 12 quarts here, 1 quart in the oil filter, which if you guys were wondering, we're running the Mopar oil filter. That's what I normally run in my Mopar trucks. That's what they recommend, so that's what we run. So we'll put about 10 quarts in it or so, check our dipstick, see where we're at, and then go from there. We'll see you guys in a second when we do our last quart. Truck's topped off. Took all but about a quart left or so. But yeah, oil change, T6. Check them out in the link down below. Road to Recovery campaign. Couldn't be happier to be joined with them. Now let's get into the video, which is about the shop and what changes I would make, what things I wish I would have done differently. Let's jump into it. So one of the biggest updates we have that you guys haven't seen is the driveway leading from the road all the way to the shop. Boom, so that we can get around. Say we have 4 vehicles, kind of like right now. This is kind of the ideal situation. When we poured this concrete, we thought to ourselves, we measured it out 2 car lengths because we typically have like 4 cars here. So we wanted to be able to swing inside the shop even if we had 4 or 5 cars here, which we do right now. So that's kind of how we planned that out. You guys haven't seen the driveway yet. We got it poured by the same people who poured the shop slab, so they did a really good job. They separated it. So, and it's freaking strong as heck. When we had to drill in, which we're going to talk about next, we had to drill in some power lines for the automatic gate. And when we did that, the guy who was drilling into the concrete, the contractor, was like, dude, this is some hard concrete. So we're happy we did that. We also got the concrete poured underneath the trash cans, which kind of cleaned up this area a little bit. Poured rock all right here. This is the power for the automatic gate running from the rain soft, the softener water machine. We got it unplugged right now because we're doing some work on it. But when you press the button, we got buttons in the trucks. When you press the buttons, my employees have buttons too. It opens automatically the gate. So you guys can kind of see, just has them big struts on it and it opens it up. So let's walk to the shop. Let's talk about something I wish I would have done sooner. That'll be the first point we make. What I wish I would have done sooner or calculated into my overall shop price was the driveway. So initially I didn't think the driveway was going to be absolutely crucial. I was wrong. When it started raining, rainy season hit, and it was just a mud fest right here. And I thought to myself, well, I'm not going to be driving trucks every single day to the shop. Well, obviously we use the shop every single day, so the driveway pretty immediately became apparent that I would need it very much sooner than later. I thought I could do a while without it, but I had to end up forking out the money, and it was very expensive. At the same time we got the driveway poured, we got the drains installed around the entire front of the shop. So let's go talk about that. That was very important too. I messed up big time. I thought that little drain basin setup, or kind of French drain, whatever you want to call it, I don't know the technical term for it, but I thought that was going to be sufficient for this application, but I was wrong. You guys probably seen in my initial by the way, I did a video how much this shop cost me. If you guys are interested in that, you can check it out in the corner of the screen. From the land clearing to the bay doors being installed, everything is included in that price. So if you guys want to check that out, it's up there. I go through how much everything costed myself, but I messed up. In that video, you guys saw me install the water drainage system, which I thought was going to be sufficient. A lot of people commented that it wasn't, and I was like, well, you know, we'll see how it works. Well, I was wrong. You guys were right. The drain system was not sufficient whatsoever. And, you know, it was, but what happened soon after I installed it was, and you can see kind of it's still happening, there was no grass right here. The grass is finally, now that it's fall or spring, it's finally starting to grow back up. But all the dirt was just rushing into those drains, and over time it was clogging the 4-inch pipe. So water couldn't drain to the back where we have the basins, where we dug out, put drain basins in the back of the shop. So the drains were failing. You know, if it rained for 2 or 3 days at a time, or even 2 heavy rains in a row, the drains would fail. If it was one rain, the drains were fine. But we quickly realized we were going to have to install the foot wide, foot deep drains all on the front of the shop. And you guys can see here, we still have to install, we upgraded to 6-inch piping. We have to install that. It's already dug. We just have to lay the pipe down, throw rock, throw weed mat, then rock, and then that's going to be finished off. I just haven't had the time to get to it. One thing I would change, I got these steel grates, steel heavy duty grates, right? Got them installed. By the way, you guys can see how dirt's getting into the drain. We have to clean out the drain there until we get this grass fully grown up and where that washaway, because there was like a little hill right here, but as it keeps raining, the dirt keeps draining into, we're just going to let Mother Nature take her course, let this keep happening, and we'll just clear the drains out every couple months until finally it's flat right here. So we're gonna have to deal with clearing out the drains. Like I said, every about 6 weeks we have to clear the drains out. We've only cleared it one time, and it's probably getting ready to be cleared again, so that kind of gives you a time reference. But these drains, you guys can kind of see they're bowed, man. They're like bowed. I can get a hammer and I can pick these things up, but trucks, you know, these developers of this steel did not tell me that they couldn't take a vehicle riding over them. So I asked the guy, I was like, dude, you know,
steel grates. He's like, oh, you can't drive over them. I was like, what the hell? I was like, they're for a shop, to enter a shop, right? And he's like, yeah. I was like, what the heck's entering shop? Like foot traffic? I was like, dude. He was like, oh, and he didn't tell me they weren't galvanized, so now they're trying to rust out. So what I have to do is I have to take all these things out and either paint them with like Rust-Oleum, probably just paint them with like a cheap black spray paint or something. And I'll probably flip them over and try to crush them down and get them back flat. But he was like, no, you can't be driving over those things. Anyway, we drive over them every single day for the past couple months, and they've bowed about 1 inch. So, and this is where we park, or this is where we pull in every single time. So you guys can kind of see they bowed about 1 inch, but they still work, and it's not like they're gonna fall through or anything like that. So we're fine. Anyway, that kind of upset me. So the steel grates, I probably would have changed to a higher caliber steel grate. That being said, each one of these is like $150. You know, this right here is $1,400 worth of steel grates. It's not like these things were like $40 a piece. You know, this is what they initially looked like, and you can kind of pick them up, and we can just dig out the mud that's in them. So it helped out a lot. We still have to install the 6-inch pipe on this side, but it helped out a lot. You know, water not getting pulled up by the door. It just goes all the way back to our drain basins in the back of the shop. I still got to clean up this area because when they extended this pad out, we extended the pad 2 feet here, 3 feet there, to a total of 5 feet longer, and then I think a foot or two wider on the side. So we wanted to make it a little bit bigger. By the way, big update too. AC, we had the AC system installed. This was about $4,200 to have this AC mini split, 30,000 BTU. I wish I would have calculated this in the beginning. So here's the next point. Driveway, I wish I would have done sooner. AC and driveway, I wish I would have calculated into the overall cost when I was budgeting for the shop price. I thought to myself, well, I'll put some, you know, a swamp cooler, I'll put some fans, whatever. I'll put a heater up in the corner. That was kind of the initial kind of plans. No, don't even think that's gonna work. At least if you're in Alabama, Florida, Georgia area. Had to get this thing, man. So it could be 30 degrees outside. It was 30 degrees, sometimes 25 degrees in the wintertime. It's not that cold, but for around here, that's normally the coldest it gets. This thing kept the shop 72. So the heat pump in it works great. It's very efficient. I think our electricity bill went up like $50, and we run this thing nonstop. It stays at 72 in the shop, and it's freaking perfect. If it's 90 degrees outside is the highest it's got temperature wise so far this spring, and humidity levels insane outside, stays 70 inside. No problem, doesn't strain at all. Doesn't even make any noise. You probably can't even hear it on the camera. Probably can't even hear it. So barely makes any noise. Very energy efficient. Savier or something like that. I don't know how you pronounce it, but that's the company. They got a pretty decent warranty. The company who installed it did a great job. Did it real clean. Didn't install it myself. So welcome. So as you guys can see, the work never stops in the shop. I got my guys, got Nick and Richie over here working on this 21 Duramax that we were ceramic pro coating. We're doing a gold package on this one. This Chevy is a 2015. It was a hunting truck. It had scratches in the entire truck. It was faded like you wouldn't believe. And we got this thing looking brand new. So this is what we do every day. We do about 3 of these gold packages a week, and we just pump these things out, guys. So that's what mainly the shop's been focused on right now. We're gonna get to this foam. I get a lot of comments about this foam, man. Dude, everyone that walks in the shop, they don't care about anything. They want to know about the foam. We're gonna talk about the freaking foam, guys. This is the head unit. Obviously, it comes with a remote, so we can adjust it. We got a 68 right now, so stay 68 in the shop. Which while they're working, they stay cool. You cool over there, Nick? Or are you hot?
Good,
You feel all right? Feeling good. I want you sweating over here working, man. I want you sweating on me. Can't have you sweating. Can't have my guy sweating in here. But y'all applying the coat to the wheels?
About to.
Y'all about to?
Okay.
Okay.
Gonna blow them out.
Sweet. Did y'all take lunch already?
Oh, not yet.
Not yet? All right. Y'all make sure y'all take that lunch too.
Yes, sir.
All right. We got the dehumidifiers in the shop. They run 24/7. It keeps the humidity down in here while we're applying the coating. And that just makes sure the coating cures properly and flashes right.
Let's talk about the foam real quick on the roll-up doors. It's 1.5 inches, so 1.5 inches, high density foam I got off Amazon. The middle door is a 10 by 12. The sides are 10 by 10s. So that's kind of, you can kind of get your dimensions. I think they're 1 foot by 1 foot. So you can kind of, there's a lot of them. I don't know how many there is, but there's a lot. You would think that it would mess the doors up, right? Because it's got to roll up into the doors, but it doesn't. It squishes down really nice. I'm not gonna roll the doors up right now because the AC's in here, but come Sean. When the doors roll up and it squeezes this down, all it does is it pushes down and then it folds right back out. So haven't had an issue with it. We've had it on for a couple months now. Haven't had one issue with any of the pieces coming off. So we're good there. What I'm gonna do differently for my next shop, the main thing I'm gonna do is make my shop taller. I really wish, and not necessarily this shop, because I knew that this is not the forever house, never was. That was always the thing when we first bought this house. We built the shop, we know we're looking for a bigger home. You know, we're expanding the family, we want to get more land, blah, blah, blah. So, but my next shop, I'm gonna build it taller, because having the extra storage room, like I could make a loft. If this thing was 4 feet, 5 feet taller, I could make a loft, get a staircase, I could make like a bar up there with drinks, a TV, like kind of a lounge area, make it like rustic, like wooden with like, I don't know, black siding or whatever. It just look real nice, like a real nice bar area. Maybe put a pool table up there. You go crazy if you have a taller shop. And that's one thing I kind of wish I would have done. Taller shop. Next thing I would have done, another thing I would have changed, I would have made, if possible, if I had the land to, an exit on the other side of the shop, because it's annoying every single time I have to get one of these vehicles out of here. I can't just pull them back out. I have to maneuver them perfectly onto the driveway and go out one direction instead of having an entrance and an exit. I wish I had an exit door. Like I said, I don't have the land for it here, but my next shop, I definitely will be having an exit door on the opposite side of the shop to make it easier for traffic to flow in and out. We get a job done, we can just go around, come back through, but we don't have to constantly back up and get in each other's way. So those are two things: making the shop taller, making an exit door on the opposite side, budgeting the AC in the driveway and the drainage system initially. As far as the things I would have kept, I would say 90% of the shop I hit right on the head. I love the color scheme I went with. I'm so glad I didn't do a basic blue wall or a basic gray wall. I'm really happy with the color scheme. I'm really happy with the red iron. I'm really happy with my choice on that. You know, pole barn's great too. I may even do a pole barn next, I don't know. But I'm really happy I went with red iron, no regrets there. Really happy I went with the thick 3/4 inch drywall. It's real shop friendly. I'm really happy I went with the moisture resistant, high quality paint, just because we pressure wash in here. And you know, over time, we don't want the humidity getting into the drywall and rotting out. Here's one thing I loved I did. This freaking floor, the Spartan Epoxy's flooring, hit it right on the head. This was a great option. Instead of doing the box store rock solid option for the flooring, hit the nail right on the head with a floor option. It's got a grip to it. We don't have to bust our butt every single day. Every time someone kind of slips in here, they always catch themselves. We haven't had anybody fall yet, knock on wood. Everyone always catches themselves, and you know, it's fairly safe, knock on wood. 'Cause I say that now, someone's gonna bust their butt and crack their head open. But we wash vehicles in here. It's always soapy, and it's just been solid and looks good, feels good. You know, it's dirty right now, we gotta clean it up, but I hit the nail on the head with the flooring. I think I hit the nail on the head with a lot of things. I'm happy with 98% of this shop. It's pretty much exactly how I wanted it. We got the running water out here. We got the welder power. We got the shop lights. They're really bright. Also, putting electrical outlets in the corners for the sound system, for the surround sound system, that was a great decision, and I'm very happy I did that. We got the speakers in the corner. I'm really happy I put power high up on the walls when we did the electrical, because when you're framing out, that's the time to think about, where do I want my outlets. You don't want to go back, and because we had to run a whip to this ceramic pro sign, that's so much more work. It's not a lot of work, but hey, it is a little bit more work, and it's self-explanatory why you want to take a second and just think about how you want your shop laid out, where you want your TV, your speakers, your mini split. Maybe you want to run power initially for that, so you don't have to do it after the fact, where you want your neon signs, everything like that. So I'm happy I ran the outlets up high, not just down low. I'm happy I thought about that initially. That was solid. Another thing I'm just really happy I did in the shop is these reels. Not cheaping out on reels, getting a really high quality reel from Reelcraft. This is an awesome company. We got the pressure washer reel next to the pressure washer. We got the hose reel, 100 foot, and then we got our air compressor. So we have, you know, things to blow out. Pads is what we're using it for right now, but we use these every single day. We also have our electrical hose reel with our light attachment and a 3-prong electrical thing right here. So we can hook up multiple polishers. Right here, you guys can see it's 77 degrees outside. In the shop it's 72, so that's normally the way we keep it. We keep it 72. I think they just bumped it down to 68, so it'll probably take 30 minutes or maybe an hour to get the cooling down. So there is your final shop update video. That's the last few things you guys haven't seen or haven't talked about. Again, if you want to know exactly how much everything costed, that video will be linked above, where you guys can check that out and see exactly how much this shop, everything from ground to ceiling, has costed. Thank you guys for tuning into the video. Comment down below. Let me know what you would have changed. Let me know what you think about my changes. Let me know what you think about what I did and what you would do differently. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. And make sure you check out the Shell Rotella Road to Recovery campaign. That'll be linked down in the description below, where you guys can check out what they're doing for the industry, how they're keeping trucks on the road for longer amounts of time, saving money, clearing up costs so we can get back to work, which is where we need to be doing and making money, guys. So with that being said, I'm going to get back to work, and I will see you guys in the next video, which should be on Mater, getting that drive shaft installed. We'll see you guys at the Twins house very soon. Peace.
I go straight from the bank, gassing up the tank, cranking up the radio, playing old